You just wanted to see the cards. We haven't picked them up. Oh, imagine what you like. Just imagine it was a bad one. Yeah, it's always a great fault. 80.
Sorry guys, we're back on.
We are back on, thankfully.
I'm going to go with the short stack coming into the final table, or Matt Davenport. I'm going to go with either Chris Trick or Matt Davenport. I think they're the two, from my opinion, best players at this table. So I'm gonna pick one of them. I don't even know Chris. I only watched him play today for a 2-hour session, and what I've seen from him on the final rev, he seems to play very, very good poker. So I'm going with either Matt Davenport or Chris Trick. What about you, Tao? Who do you fancy?
I'm going for George and Vidas.
Yeah, George and Vidas for Tower.
There we go. $686. Damien flopping 2 pair. Vidas bets 80. Damien should call once.
Yeah, Damien not going anywhere. Tower has to be calling here.
He's got the 1999 look. Those Spider-Man glasses.
Yes, this is the final table.
It is.
We are down to 7. Cully Sadu in 8th, Arya Sarkashik in 9th. So Damien opting to raise his top pair here for protection purposes. And now back over to Vidas, who with this ace-9 holding, just going to get out of the way. I guess, yeah, Vidas has open cut off here, so Damien raising just to fold out all the overcards, and then maybe going to be shutting down once he does get called. I'll run it across the bottom for you, you make me.
You make me wanna. 8th place, Cully got £4,450. Next out, we'll get 6,040.
So we've got 8 for Chris here in the cut-off. Just going to make the call. Horrible for us if we 3-bet and get ripped on by Patrick, so happy to just flat take some flops in position. A man says got Davenport's at 100 and he's got his back to the table munching away. Tell him to pay attention.
He's building up energy for a long night.
So Patrick continuing on the king high board after opening under the gun. And 2 quick folds from Chris and Matt. We're doing it till finish, Baldy, on Twitch. So
yeah, we're going to cut the stream heads up.
I've done the maths. I've done the maths, and it should be between 3. I reckon between 2:30 and 4 in the morning, give or take an hour.
So between 1:30 and 5.
Yeah. What's
excellent? So sometime before we wake up in the morning, then, yeah.
I can't see it finishing before 2:30.
That's fair enough.
Can't see it finishing.
That's fair enough.
Just with the chips in play, it's just, unless there's some sick, gross free-handed caller or something like that, it's just almost just mathematically improbable.
No, we are here until we crown a champion.
If I was a better man and I had a slot, I would put most of my money on between 3 and 4 a.m. That is what I reckon.
Okay.
But it's great for you guys as well because it's all going to be uploaded to YouTube. Me and Tal will still be doing the comms live, so you can go back and watch it tomorrow. I know there'll be people that have work tomorrow and won't be able to stay up to watch till finish, but Tara and I will be here till close.
We will. Great addition for us to be adding the Midi as a live stream, the cash game as a live stream, and also the NPL playoff.
I'm not as much as you, Neil Channing. Definitely not as much as you.
Patrick makes you 110.
Yeah, he's being relentless, Patrick. He's just not fussed out. He's just firing.
Matt's calling. Up and down straight draw for Matt Davenport.
7 would be fun. That's the 3 of hearts.
Certainly would.
And 4 of spades on the river. Incredible one to represent as Matt. Would work in this scenario as well. And the thing is, you've got to think about when Patrick checks back turn, like a 9x or better, unless it's like a 9-7, which is up and down as well. Probably going to be firing, so nice little river bluff here from Matt, and it's going to work because Patrick not going to be able to make the call with ace high.
Oi, oi.
No, he's raised tower.
Just to 600.
Wow. This guy's got moves.
He's betting like a snake.
Well, it's not actually a bad raise with the hand that we have, with the ace-5, with the 5 of spades here. Matt looking at him, really looking at him here, Tower, trying to get some sort of live tail. Matt obviously can't call with a jack-10, but it would just be too optimistic to have a 3-bet rip here. But we know Matt Davenport isn't one to tank without thinking about doing something, and fair play from Patrick. We got the 5 of spades in there, removal to some 7-5.
Look at the chip stack now, Patrick.
Less likely that Matt's got a flush, but fair play. Man said he finds the shove if he's not eating. No way, man.
He has got some game, you are not wrong.
Was 500. Rhyme out on Twitch. 500 buy-in. So Matt, King 9 on the button. Going to be opening. Working with 30 bigs. Oh, he just lets it go. Just lets it go. Surprised from that from Matt. Maybe a bit wary of Patrick and how active he's been. Even George as well. Both these players haven't seemed like they like to fold. So just choosing to let the King 9 go, which is fair enough. We're going to make that assumption. Always got to base our plays around the opponents at the table. 5 of diamonds on the turn. Queen of spades on the river. So the King, Jack of George is the best hand. And Patrick going to bluff at it with 8 high. Fires for 80k. And George does have the nut King high here, Tower. And we know he don't like folding rivers. We've seen him call correctly so often today, and he calls with King high, and he is good.
Calls with King high. George has got the game.
Harry, and when you go in George's wardrobe at home, is it just full of capes in there? Is it just loads of capes hanging up? I think that's like 5 out of 5 hero calls correct today from George. Nice one to open for Chris here. I'm working with 32 big blinds. Anthony says, love riders to take this down. He's a top man. Used to play with him in Leicester. Real gentleman.
So we're on 7. We've lost 2. We've lost Aria and Cully. Damien opens, makes it 110.
That can only mean one thing, Tower. Blinds must be up 25k, 50k.
Matt's moving all in. Oh, this is the wrong time. Now then, can Damien find a call?
I don't think he can, Tower.
I don't think he can either. We're certainly going to find that now. Matt's fueled up. And he has jammed with ace-8. If we can find a call, we're going to have Matt Davenport strangled.
Let's just get the graphics correct. So, okay, Matt's actually jammed for less here. Matt's jammed for sub 20 big blinds.
All right, okay.
Still
a very tough call, leaving yourself 6 bigs if you lose.
I think he's going to fold, man. I think you're all right. I don't think Damien's the one to call off this spot with Ace Jack. Just from what I've seen from Damien so far, I'm not sure he's going to call this spot.
Can we run it twice?
I'd be very, very shocked if Damien called here. If he does call fair play, he's made the correct call in this situation.
He's called!
He has called.
He's made the call, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, could be losing that. Davenport, fair play to Damien, putting it in.
Look at that, the big puff of the cheeks there. Knowing he's made the correct call. Matt's just sitting there, he's thinking, well, I'm going to finish my chicken and chips. I'm still favourite. That's what he's thinking. Big call.
Oh, 8-ball, corner pocket.
Straight in.
Jack now needed to fade for Matt to double. Story remains the same. Fading one of the 3 jacks. And he does fade, so Damien's going to be down to, I think, 2 or 3 big blinds. Matt Davenport finds the 8 high flop, and Damien working with 8 bigs now. 425k if the graphics are correct. Then Matt finds the 8-ball on the flop.
Damien on 8 bigs. Made the correct call. Got unlucky. Matt Davenport tucks back into his chicken.
I personally fold that spot, Emma. Emma's asking should he call, but he's made the correct call to him in that situation. Fair play to Damien. He just got really unlucky, but I think myself in that spot, I'm going to be letting the ace jack off go because we opened +1 and Matt just ripped on our direct left. Still had 4 players to get through behind him, so I would probably fold. I know we could see the cards and we knew that he was crushed, but I'm probably folding in that spot.
Fold. What's the rules on rails? Fold. Can we chuck beer? Raise 100,000. Fold. You tell me. Jack 9. Check.
Connell Parr on Facebook says, not a dig, but having played with Geordie, he's a good player. Do you think if it was one of the better known players, you'd be praising them more for making big river calls?
It's just the thought of there was one hand earlier, Connell, with the pocket freeze when he was on the final the featured table where he overcalled a spot with pocket freeze for 13 big blinds, which is just torching money, and like any good MTT reg would know, it's just like a snap fold in that specific scenario, and that was just like the hand that stuck in my mind. That's all it was. It was the freeze call earlier. Fair play to him. The hero calls on the river. He might have a read, and if he's good at reading opponents, then river decision's probably a strong point for him. But it was just the pre-flop decision that I saw from George earlier that just obviously made me question that when he called with the freeze in a spot which is a pretty slam dunk fold, and I've just been going on that. That's all it is, Connell. But nothing wrong with his river calls. If he's got a read in his opponent, if he smells weakness, then fair play to him.
Prize money strolling across the bottom, Scott. 78,190 up top. Next out we'll get 6,040, and Damien has got the Ace King. Patrick's cold with the 8-9. Damien's a chance of getting himself back up, just over 54% equity. Damien Pilkington
deserves this tower. It's horrible being up against his hand, but he deserves this one, Damien. Like, it's only a smidge of Patrick's stature. I'm actually rooting for him in this spot after that Ace Jack hand, making the correct decision in that situation. Oh no! He needs running Ace King, running Ace Ace, running King King, running 6.
10-7.
6 is a good turn card for us, tower. Oh, so a 6 Ace or King needed to stay alive. At least we're not dead on the turn.
Come on, Damien. No,
it's the 5 of space of Damien Pilkington Lewis out in 7th place for £6,040.
Well done, fella. Well done indeed. We're down to 6.
Yeah, that's all it is, Connell. It was just that one hand in particular. I think the river decisions from him in these spots, like, he may know the players, there may be dynamics throughout the day, reasons he's making these calls. He might have reads on the situation that we don't have here, so river decisions from him, perfectly fine. I was just saying how all 5 hero calls, he's been correct in all five spots, which is obviously great. If you're going to be 5 out of 5 of your hero calls, it's obviously great decision making. Whether it's down to reads or dynamics between players, but the one hand from the session before was just the hand that obviously sticks in my mind. Damien running very bad on this final table. Unfortunate for him.
Six, 7, 6, the latest flop. Mac checks his Queen 9. Christian seat 1. That's 100,000 and Matt insta folds. Six players left.
And I'm not sure when we're going on break, guys, because it's half past we started, so 22 minutes would be 2 hours of this final table. So I'm guessing
Half past 11.
probably around half past.
Okay. You'll make me sick, says Chris is going to take it down. Ace, Queen, 4. We're down to the final 6. He has a good chance.
So George with the Ace King and Patrick with the Will Drop. Lovely little turn here for George, turning top 2. Fires again, and 5 deuce just having to get out of the way now. Nice pick up for him, up to 3 million. So Matt opening button
Yes, Jack 7.
gets called in both blinds.
Kev, it'll be on YouTube tomorrow, pal, if you want to watch it.
Just as Bloop says, randomly in the chat, he just comes in with Patrick loves a donk lead, and suddenly Patrick just donk led that flop and got it through with the best of it. On an ace high as well, that's the best part. Ace Jack 7, when Matt, being the opener on the button, going to have all the ace X.
Evening, Chris. Hope you're well, watching on YouTube. Hope things are good.
Sorry guys. So Vidas. Well, if I was Patrick there versus Matt Davenport specifically, could potentially free bet that King 6 of diamonds in the small versus the button open, especially with all the chips, and Matt's like one of these middling stacks and pay jumps are starting to increase now. So I'd probably lean more towards free bet if we wanted to continue there. You make me on Twitch asking about the King 6 flat from Patrick in the small. Patrick's got a really good stack size to start targeting stacks like Matt and Vidas, and really put them under pressure, because you've got Chris and Michael, seats 1 and 2, who are fairly short, or sub 20.
Chris in the big blind calls. We see a 10-4-9 flop. Chris flops best.
So Patrick raising the King Queen here.
Should be a call from Chris. If not,
He's never raising here, Tower. Chris
No.
is flat. It's just always flat this spot. No need to free bet here with a Queen 10. And Ace of clubs on the river.
does that change?
Has Patrick got it in him?
Yes,
it looks like he has.
He has indeed.
No hesitation either. Reach for them chips and just snap bet. And now Chris is in the blender here. This is a tough river decision for Chris here. Because Patrick, after raising turn, like what ace X's is he supposed to have once he comes in for the raise on the turn? There's not too many, other than maybe a sneaky checked ace 10 on the flop that he's now trying to get more value from. But we got removal to ace 10 with a 10 in our hand, so ace 9 perhaps, that makes sense. But with this ace on the river, there's only now how many we got? We got 6 combos remaining of ace 9. That is literally it. So Chris going through the cogs here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Chris sniffs this one out, Tower. It'd be a great river call.
It will be a very, very good call, but you think put right in the mix.
You think about it, like he's basically ripping a 9 or better here, Patrick, because this ace is pretty irrelevant river from our perspective. Like ace 9 we're behind to anyway on the turn, but does get out of the way. And credit to Patrick, just pure aggression and chipping up to nearly half the chips in play. And Chris put in a nasty river spot there and can't fault him for folding. It's hard to call for like 40% of our stack at this FT when there's so much money up top and Michael shorter than us. All these factors taken into account, and Patrick bossing it up at the final table. Just been pure aggression from him in so many different spots, and it's been working a treat.
So we're on 6. We are on 6.
Well, if you're playing like the 1K's Mr. Sister, you probably want about between 70 and 120, depending on fields. But most people in these fields never got. That's assuming you've got 100% of yourself, but very rare that's the case nowadays. There's always players that sell so they can play within bankroll and still get amongst it. I love watching Patrick though, Tower. He's really making this final table entertaining. Really, really entertaining us is Patrick with all the chips.
King 9-10, the latest flop. Chris checks. Michael down to 780 also checks. There, 50,000. Shall we do some more next week?
Yeah.
What shall we do? No, this is what we'll do. Look at that. I'm looking at my burger there. I'm thinking it's about time I had a burger.
And I'm thinking I might get one of those in a bit. I'm thinking I might have one of those.
You can see him there eyeing my burger up, and he's thinking, that looks delicious. Look at that. UK Six Max Championships next Wednesday. Wednesday, the same day, the heads up straight after the Six Max. And then straight after the heads up, we've got the Haymaker, knock and sit and go that they've been playing online for. And then the grand final, 4 days for the final events of the year. And talking of the year, look at that. There's next year. First leg back here in the Vic. We'll get by the time we come back next Wednesday, we'll have the full schedule for event number 1. And we've also got 25-25s, G400s and the deep stacks back as well. So they'll be back with you as soon as we get them next week. We'll get you more information because they've been fantastic events this year. They've been so busy, and credit to everybody who's turned out for the GUKPTs. Yes, there might be some slight restrictions coming back because of whatever variants coming to town, but it shouldn't stop the GUKPT performing yet again.
Sifo, good question. It depends. If Tower was still here doing the GUKPTs, it'd have to be that, because a Tower interview is hard to come by.
What's that?
As Steve asked me, what would I rather win, Sunday Million or a GUKPT main, assuming the payout was the same. I'd have to go with a GUKPT, I think.
Yeah, assuming payouts are the same. Sometimes the payouts are the same, aren't they? 150 bag. Round about the same for a Sunday Million and a GUKPT. There's nothing better than live poker, though, is there? I know a lot of players do tend to play online at the same time.
Everyone wants a caption comp now for this. Everyone wants a caption comp.
Hey, that burger looks alright. That tower, that's alright. What is it?
George making it 1-1-5 with ace-10. And Patrick not folding.
$10-9 deuce. Check from bet from George. Patrick gets instantly out of the way. Do we stream the Coventry days? Yes, we will be. We will be streaming GUKPT Coventry, which is right there.
There we are. Look at that freeze frame.
What's the caption, comp?
What's the caption, guys?
What is the caption on that? Coventry, 24th of February till the 6th of March. We'll be there on the Wednesday, setting up. We might even, you never know, we might even do a cash game on the Wednesday. That's to be decided. But if not, we're definitely there Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday to end on the 6th of March for the GUKPT Leg 2 in Coventry. We can't wait to go back. Pick your days, book your hotels, gapping between 7 and 8 because it will be the Goliath.